Hey everybody, how you doing? This is about to be a really fun video. I probably have a ridiculous, silly smile on my face because I know what we're fixing to talk about, and I'm super excited about it. So today we are about to get this box over here, and I'm going to show you what it is. It is a Boot Slinger, unlike anything I have ever held in my hands. And I get to hold a lot of things in my hands, and I don't get to say that very often. So I talked a little bit about this new cartridge that came out, was announced this year. Different in a lot of ways from anything that has ever been released before. But let me just go ahead and take it out of the box, and then we'll talk a little bit about it. I'm going to get it set up, show you on this video the way that I'm setting it up, and then hopefully I'm going to go out to the range tomorrow and we're going to sight it in. Check this thing out. It's going to be ready for deer season, which makes it even better. Check it out. All right, who knows what this is on the back? Who knows what that means? If that don't get you excited right there, man, let me flip it over here. If you don't know what that means, then you know what this means. Man, woo! But hey, let me take it out of the box, like I said, show it to you, get it in my hand, and then we're going to talk about it. But, yeah, let me just show you, and then we'll talk about it. So, we'll fast forward you to the taking this out. Oh, man, that looks so nice right there. I already couldn't resist. I had to take a peek myself. So, let me get this plastic off and everything, and then I'll show it to you. Be right back. All right, guys, check this out. To get the good light on it here. Man, that thing's pretty. There are so many things to talk about this thing. We're going to highlight on some of them. And then in some future videos, we're really going to nerd out and dive deep into what this is. But if you haven't figured it out already, this is a Weatherby Mark V Backcountry 2.0. But what makes it even that much more special, this is chambered in Weatherby's brand new 338 RPM or 338 rebated precision Magnum. Man, I just knocked some stuff off my desk. But we're going to talk a little bit about this baby in this video. And then like I said, in some future videos, you know how we do it. We're going to dive deep. We're going to nerd out on the ballistics. If everything works together, we'll get a whitetail down with this rig. We're going to suppress it. We're going to do long range stuff with it. It's going to be absolutely awesome. If you missed the first video that I did on 338 RPM from Weatherby, here's the gist of it. Magnum performance out of lightweight rifles. This Backcountry 2.0 right here, when I picked it up at the shop, the guys actually double-checked to make sure that there was something in the box. This Weatherby lists on their site as a 5.4-pound rifle, and I absolutely believe it. So, on paper, the ballistics is somewhat close to a 338 Win Mag, but as Weatherby says, with the 338 RPMs, the whole point is Magnum performance out of lightweight rifles. This thing is super, super light. Let's just dive in and tell you some highlights of this baby, and then I'm going to go get it set up and show you everything that's going on this thing. Weatherby attached right here, a bunch of cool stuff that comes on this, so I'm just going to show you this. But like I said, Magnum performance out of lightweight rifles. This Mark V 338 RPM utilizes Weatherby's 6-lug actions. I'm going to show you this little booklet here. This 100% highlights a bunch of the really cool stuff about this Backcountry 2.0. I'm just going to sit here and show you these cards that came on this Mark V and 338. Pretty cool. Here we go. Weatherby, made in Wyoming. Sub-MOA Mark V rifles are guaranteed to shoot a 3-shot group of 0.99 inches or less at 100 yards when you're using the Weatherby factory or premium ammo, which we're definitely going to use. Trigger Tech trigger. Awesome stuff. TriggerTech's trigger provides true zero creep brake, extremely short travel, and is externally adjustable. 3D hex recoil reducer. 338 performance. We're going to want a good recoil pad, and this has got one on it. Pretty cool. The Backcountry series implements new technologies to lead the industry in lightweight rifles, harnessing Magnum performance. There you go. Carbon fiber stock. This is part of what makes it so light. Like I said, it's just a shade over 5 pounds. Sourced from Peak 44, this is the lightest production aerospace grade carbon fiber stock on the market. Pretty cool stuff. AccuBrake ST, I'll show you that here in a second. Also pretty cool stuff. By adding an AccuBrake ST, you will significantly reduce felt recoil up to 53%. That's a big number. Cerakote. You're out there in the backcountry looking for critters, you definitely want your rifle to be able to handle the elements. Cerakote is the industry-leading thin film ceramic coating. The coating enhances physical properties including wear, corrosion, and chemical resistance while improving impact strength and hardness. Deep fluted bolt, I'll give you another look at that here in a second. A larger radius, deeper flute not only trims a bit more weight from the bolt of the Mark V, it also increases the smoothness of the bolt. If you want to customize it, change the bolt knob, a bigger one or different shape or what have you, you can do that. This is really cool to me. That 54-degree bolt throw allows for a bigger scope and in my opinion can even make for a faster reload. Shortest in the industry as compared to a typical 90 bolt throw, allows for faster chambering on follow-up shots, there you go, and a greater bolt to scope clearance. I'll show you that picture again. Short bolt throw right there, only 54 degrees. All right, again, a little bit of the highlights about this thing. Really good recoil pad. That Peak 44 carbon fiber stock. Super, super lightweight. Like I told you guys, the guys in the shop were like, is there really something in here? Because this is so light. Super, super awesome. Has that short bolt throw. That's literally as high as it goes, which is so, so crazy. Has that TriggerTech trigger. If I can show you the trigger face here. The face on this, it's not showing up real good. There you can see it kind of here. I really like this trigger. It's smooth on the front, and it's wider than the average Bear trigger, which I really like that wider, smooth front trigger on these Mark V's. Fluted bolt, we talked about that. Fluted barrel. This is an 18-inch threaded barrel, and came with that 2-inch brake. So if you include the brake, I'll go ahead and put it on there. Then that makes it a 20-inch barrel. When you're doing something like a 338, recoil reduction is a good thing. So here's what it looks like with that brake on there. Like I said, 18-inch barrels. The whole idea of this stuff, taking it in the backcountry, Magnum performance, lightweight rifles, out there chasing deer, moose, elk, whatever you're chasing, and not having all that weight on you, but still having the Magnum performance, the extra energy with you if you need it. But I told you this was going to be a quick video, taking it out of the box, showing you how excited I am about this 338 RPM. And I'm going to show you real quick what I'm going to slap on top of this. So, got to have a rail or some rings, right? What I grabbed today was some of these Leopolds that will work on this Mark V. I wanted to get some 20 MOA rail, but they didn't have any. I'm going to do some drop charts real quick to see if I can get out to 1,000 with this. If I can, then I'll probably be okay with that. But if I can't, then I'll probably go get the 20 MOA rail. I'll do a drop chart quick at the end of this video, just because I'm going to do it anyways, because I got to know. But I've actually been holding on to this scope for a rig worthy of it, I guess you could say. And that's this baby right here. The primary arms, GLX 6-24, first focal plane Athena reticle. So, yeah, I'll just show you the picture on the box here. But this is supposed to be a pretty good optic. Like a 3.5 inch eye relief. Eye relief is good when you're talking about things like 338 calibers. But let me go set this up. I'll show you it all put together, and then I'll do just some real quick drop charts with 2 of the loadings that I have here on my desk. Be right back here in a minute. Alright, so I'm not going to get to show you my whole setup with the scope and the rail and everything for this video because, dadgummit, they sold me the wrong rail at the shop, which I don't blame them. That's all on me. We should have sat there and test fit it there at the shop. You can open these and close them. I was just in a hurry because my whole family was in the car out there waiting on me at the shop, and I just said, hey, go grab me a rail, and hey, that's what they did, and we should have test fitted, but man, I got the wrong rail. This one doesn't fit. The whole spacing is wrong, but that's probably a good thing anyways, because now I can order the 20 MOA rail, and it'll be all better, so that's a good thing. But what I do want to do for the end of this video, I'm just going to do on paper a drop chart here real quick. We're going to actually get real chronograph readings so we can get some 100% true data. But the 2 loadings I have here on my desk, 338 Weatherby RPM, both are the TTSX Barnes. One is a 225 grain, and another one is 185 grain. Now, Weatherby publishes, at least I think that's where I got it. It was off their website for an 18-inch barrel, which is what this is. For the 185s to be around 2,860 feet per second out of the 18-inch barrel. And then for the 225 grainers, 2,615 feet per second. So let me just run up some real quick on paper drop charts, and then we'll see what it looks like. All right, so real quick, guys, I couldn't get it set up. I got some data here. I just ran a little bit of numbers on some drop charts on those 2 Barnes TTSX loadings, the 185 grain and the 225 grain. I've got the estimated muzzle velocity shown there from the 18-inch barrel and the ballistic coefficients there for those 2 loadings. Drop in inches, mil dials, and MOA. So the 185 all the way to 1,000 is flatter than the 225. But there's your drop. Sighted in, dead on at 100. I know there's going to be a lot of people that say, that needs to be sighted in, dead on at 200. I know, some people do it that way. I just like to do everything at 100. That's the way I've always done it. But if you sight it in at 100, the 185 grainer at 200 is dropping 3 inches. The 225 about 4. Go on out to 300 yards. The 185 is dropping a foot or 15 inches for the 225 grainer. Go out to 600 yards. They're still within about a foot drop of each other at 600. But, you know, a foot, that's a difference that you could miss, right? So at 600 yards, the 185 is dropping 86 inches and the 225 about 99 inches. 600, 700 yards, this round is still packing some energy, enough energy to take a big game animal. So I definitely want to take this round out to 1,000 yards, maybe even a little bit further if we can, just to show that we can do it. But this thing definitely has enough energy, 600 yards, 700 yards. Some may argue even out to 800 yards, but that's you guys' call if you're out there hunting with this baby. But what does that look like at mills? Well, 600 yards, the 185, if you're sighted at 100. At 600, you're dialing 4 mils. The 225 grainer, you're dialing 4.6. Out to 1,000, you're dialing 10 mils for the 338 RPM, which actually, in my head, I would have thought slightly more than that. But hey, we could probably still do that with the 0 MOA rail, dialing 10 mils. If you're an MOA dude, well, 500 yards, you're dialing 10 MOA or 11.6, depending on the round. Out to 1,000, you're dialing 35 MOA or 37.5 MOA. But hey, appreciate y'all watching. super excited. You guys know how I film things. I just bring you along with literally what's happening. Some of it's polished, some of it's unpolished. So, bummer I didn't get the right rail for this thing, so I can't sight it in tomorrow. But the good news is that I'll actually get the rail that I wanted to put on there. But Weatherby Backcountry 2.0 in 338 RPM Magnum Performance lightweight rifle. Cannot wait to bring you guys tons of videos on this thing, bringing you along and showing you everything about this rig. I'm telling you, it's going to be a whole lot of awesome. Stay tuned. Comment down below. Tell me what you think about this thing. When this cartridge first was announced, I did a video on it and all of its loadings, kind of nerded out on it and talked about it for 20 minutes straight. If you missed that video, go check it out. I'll try to remember to link to it right here. But hey, appreciate y'all. I am super, I said it 3 times, very excited about this rig. Fantastic piece of machinery in a Weatherby Mark V Backcountry 2.0. So many awesome things about this rig. Like I said, I'm going to be bringing you tons and tons of videos on it. Bringing you guys along with me as I run it through its paces. Like I said, we're going to do long range. We're going to do suppressed. We're going to do group tests. We're going to do chronograph tests. We're going to try to catch some of these Barnes projectiles. And if things play out, we'll get some animals on the ground with it. But I'm super excited. Appreciate y'all. We'll catch you on the next one. Make sure you're subscribed. Appreciate y'all. Whootee-hoo.